guys! It's me again. I am back on the backyard server. I have been gone for a little bit, but I wanted to come back and spend some time at my castle after having a bit of a break. I've been missing being here. But I've actually been working a little bit on the castle. I'm adding rooms, getting walls put in. I made a hallway here. I've made a few rooms that I've yet to furnish. But anyway, I wanted to actually work on some museum displays because I thought that would be fun, and I've started to get a collection here of various skulls, you know, that I might want. So without further ado, I guess we're just gonna get right into it, and maybe I'll bring you along for some of the process. So I'm here in the museum, and I am trying to make some displays in here. For an example, here I am with Sir Hermsworth, curing him, back when I did on the second day of the server. I've been making some more displays around the place. Here we have me and Sprinkles founding the nation, because, in case you don't know, it was behind the scenes. I basically said I want to be building a castle, and Sprinkles was like, oh, I really want to help out and do that. Yeah, so she's been building the city and I've been building the castle. And thus the nation of Solora was born. And we also have this one right here, the raid of April 2024, where the one known as Jays started and ended a raid in Solora. Many died, including Sir Hermsworth the First. He paid dearly for his crimes. Yes. We also have the Eggmaster Cece, which I conveniently got Cece's head really quickly. There he is. Perfect. But over here we have some that have been donated by other people, and I just wanted to keep adding some displays around the area. Like here we have the Shield of the Far North. So there we go, that's my shield that I got from the Northwestern Alliance back when we had that. We also have my original hoe that I farmed all those wheat fields in the distance with. I also have March 2024, an army raided the Deep Dark, which I was a part of. I am gonna have to get a ton of leather because we have changed the resource pack to let leather show on armor stands, but not on people. So I do have to get a bunch of leather. I can't use any other kinds of armor, I'm pretty sure, to get it to actually display. But for right now, we will move me, maybe rotate me a little bit more this way towards Hermsworth. I might even have me like kneeling if I can. Yeah, how do I kneel? Is it even possible? I don't know. I'll just have me in the ground. Yeah. And I'll be sticking out my arm. Here you go, Mr. Hermsworth. Here, we'll do the zombie one. Zombie preset. I'll have to give me some clothes later, but for right now, this is the best we've got. I wanted to do a splash potion of weakness in this one. Hopefully flying in the air, not the head. There we go, and we'll just have this one be invisible. No gravity. Lock the items of that one. And we have that one basically pretty much done. If I just move it just a little bit, maybe up. Yeah, I'm just making some displays around here because since I've been gone for so long, I kind of just had a bunch of ideas in my brain about a museum and wanting to work on it. I actually have been doing a bunch of work on the castle. There's this whole area right here that I've actually added. I did this before I even left for my trip. But yeah, I'll show the building process of this a little bit later because I'm very excited to show it off. But around the place, I've also, you know, worked on building up some walls. Got a hallway in here. My interior is done before the exterior. That's just how my brain works. Got offices, like this is General of War Cole's office, and here is Senior Engineer Sprinkles. You know, gotta have everyone's gotta have their own little office in here. They have the choice of decorating it when they get the chance. But yeah, there's just a lot of like small things that I was getting up to. I was beginning work on the game show island. I was getting to work on a whole bunch of things, but I just kind of had to put on hold everything. And yeah, so I'm glad to be back. For those of you who don't know, which I don't know if it's actually been announced publicly, but we do plan on ending season 1 of the backyard in November, at the end of November this year. And so because of that, I'd like to get the castle done before then, but if not, that's always a possibility, you know? Sprinkles was very nice, and she ended up filling in some areas with some trees and neatening up some farms, adding some more buildings. She's done a lot of work in the area over here. Sprinkles has done a whole bunch of work in this area, building up all sorts of things. This is a new building right here. But yeah, we got a whole area along the dock here that she's worked on and has all these really cool interiors. Whoa, I didn't even see this one. Yeah, she's got all these really cool interiors in here and like corridors that you can get lost in and rooms you can get lost in, which is pretty exciting to have this in right next to my castle. I'm happy to have her here having such a cool area, making such a cool like city for the castle, because I mean it's a massive castle just to be in the middle of nowhere. So, I've done a little bit more work on the museum. This is what the front side of the castle is currently looking like. I'm already setting up some plans for things. But down here, down this tunnel, in the museum, I've made some more displays. So I have, you know, the day we raided the Deep Dark. I am gonna have some more donations sent to me by other members of the server. I have yet to find out what they are, but here are the displays I've come up with. We have Fred becoming the owner of the Horse Emporium Ranch. We have remnants of the Fred investigation, the Egg Master CC, 7 of the Jay's heads collected as repayment. We have me curing Sir Hermsworth. Upstairs, I have some other fun additions. Like I have the dragon, a replica of the dragon up here. You know, April 12th, 2024, the backyard killed the dragon. And here's, you know, the painting I made. And, you know, the almighty sun capybara, because we need him in our lives. But yeah, I've been working a lot on this, and I think it's about time I, you know, explain some of the other things I've been working on, because I have been working on the throne room, actually. And it's complete, so I thought I may as well show you the time-lapse of this throne room that I am quite proud of, and then when we're done, I will show you the interior of. Kind of see it through the window there. we come over here, past this section, we have a little archway. This is the current only entrance into the castle throne room, but the main entrance is supposed to be here. We come here, we have a lovely look up to what the throne room is, with some chandeliers above us and some rafters way up high. One of my favorite things to build in Minecraft is roofs, actually. The interior ceilings. I don't know what it is about interior ceilings that I really enjoy. I also really enjoyed making the chandeliers. But here we have the throne, which I will sit atop. Yes, huzzah! The Queen of the Far North. On my throne, I'm a little bit small. But you know, it's just how it goes. But around the place, we have an upstairs that you can access on both sides, where you can look down at the throne and all the people down below. And I am so happy with the way this has turned out, because I have tried to make throne rooms like this for years, and this one is the only one that I've made thus far that has encapsulated the vibes exactly the way I wanted. And I'm very happy with the way I made this. I think it's definitely the new light level limit. So it's all spawn proof, but the fact that we can have ones has really just made it so I can have that really dark ambience, dark lighting, I should say, that I like. Anyway, down over here we have a secret staircase. This is not finished, but it leads down all the way to my office. So I got a quick way from getting to my office to the throne room, which is pretty nice. But anyway, I think we've done quite a lot of building, but a lot of this building was actually done before my break. This throne room was done about 3 weeks ago, and I've just been letting it sit here. And while I only started the interior of the museum, the upstairs has been here for a while as well. I do want to continue building a little bit more and just maybe start building up the walls to the main entranceway, because I think it's about time I got to work on it. One of the few places I actually thoroughly planned out, and yet I have not done anything before. And it would be nice to have an actual entrance where people don't have to enter into my castle into a giant hole in the ground. So that might be a nice upgrade to what we have. But yeah, I think it might be fun to just take you guys on some building as I build up some of these walls. Up here in the entrance of the castle, we're gonna have our window here, our main entrance to the castle here, and another window here. And this central building is gonna be the tallest, I think, out of all of them, I think, is how it's gonna be. Prepared myself enough to do the floor pattern design in the center, so I think we're just gonna put the floor in for today, at least so we can walk over to the areas of the castle. Okay, I think we are pretty good to begin. It's just gonna kind of start in the middle of this circle here and kind of radiate out from the center. In the very center, we have a gold block, and it's just meant to make a pretty pattern around it. But as I'm building this, I thought I might just talk about a little bit about what I've been doing off camera and a little bit about me. My life. I feel like I haven't really talked much about that in the past, and I've obviously been away for a bit. I had to, a fairly difficult thing to even bring up, but I ended up having to travel away. I'm originally from Australia, and I moved to America when I was 11 years old, and I traveled to America after my parents' divorce. My mom got full custody of me because she was the more responsible adult in my life. And ever since that point, I had kind of a complicated relationship with my dad, featuring many different kinds of arguments and things like that. But about a month ago, I received some news, and I ended up having to travel all the way back to Australia as an emergency because my dad died, and everything kind of just stopped for that. It was obviously like top priority to go there and help my brothers out with the house and you know, just figure out what you're even supposed to do in a situation like that. And so because of that, I've definitely had to take a step back from Minecraft, but this game is kind of like But this game is kind of like one I play a lot to calm me down when I'm going through tough times. I've actually been playing this game since I was 9 years old and played it a very long time. I've been a big fan of Minecraft YouTube for about about as long, actually longer than that. I first started out watching Beatable's videos back in the day, and so because of that, Minecraft is kind of like the place I've always gone to when I've had difficult things in my life, you know, instead of therapy. And so part of the reason why I always wanted to be like a Minecraft YouTuber, and I guess that's why I'm even doing it now, is because I just always really admired the ability that a lot of bigger content creators had in just basically like soothing my childhood and making things feel a lot better when I was going through rough periods and stuff. And so for me, I try my best. Maybe I'm not always the most successful at it, but I try my best to make content, I guess, that kind of lives up to that idea that I developed when I was a kid. So, yeah. I've also been starting college. I just recently went back to college. I actually dropped out of college a few back in the pandemic, and I recently decided I was gonna go back because I got nothing better to do. And unfortunately, this all happened right beforehand, which definitely didn't make anything like 50 times more stressful. I guess I wanted to bring all of this up and just talk about it because it's kind of like a really weird circumstance to be in when all of this happens, because it's almost like you don't know if you're even allowed to talk about it, I guess, because I know a lot of people are very uncomfortable talking about these kinds of things, and fair to them, it is definitely not the most fun conversation to be having. I think I've decided that I want the floor to be sandstone here, so I'm getting some sandstone. I know I've definitely set myself up to have like a hugely massive project here. There's definitely no easy feat at all. It's this massive castle that I'm now have a due date of 3 months until the end of the season, so you know, I'm definitely thinking about wanting to complete this castle. But for me, you may be wondering, why would a person be so wanting to build a giant castle like this in such a short amount of time? And that is probably because, like I said, Minecraft has always been like a creative, not only a creative outlet, but also just like a place that I've come home to a lot in my life and felt like a lot of comfort being in, and just not having to be anyone else but just someone who's placing blocks, you know? I don't have to think, and I don't have to really explain myself to anyone, except I guess now I do. I'm just placing blocks, you know? I think I just wanted to share what I'm going through since, you know, I still want to continue making videos because this is what makes me happy to do and what I like spending my time doing. And it's a lot better spending my time editing and building in Minecraft than it is, you know, moping about in bed. But yeah, I hope that this wasn't too heavy a topic, and for those who are still listening, I do really appreciate it. Definitely a very hard thing to go through, but I think it's an important thing to talk about the things that you're going through. One, because maybe there's someone out there going through something similar and they know that they're not alone in it or in their feelings. I definitely felt like me with my complicated relationship beforehand with my dad, I almost felt like I didn't have the most right to even be sad about it. And I know that that's a very isolating experience because people don't necessarily talk a lot about the complexities that come with these kinds of things as well, and how there's just so many different things that you might feel at any given moment. But it's a complicated thing, and in talking about this, I hope this makes you understand a little bit more about me as a person and why I've disappeared for a bit, and also maybe helps, maybe if there is anyone else out there watching this. I don't know if there is at all. But if there is, and if you're going through something similar, I hope you just know that you're not alone as well in a situation like this. But yeah, I think I've done a little bit of building here. I think I've definitely rambled on a bit. I think I might call it a day.